And I'll tell you why. I have flowers in my garden, but I'm not as diligent with the flowers as I am with growing things that I can eat. I really enjoy having things that I can just enjoy and munch on. This has been very, very popular. I urge you to give us a phone call if you're one of the people who have it. I've got new colors for you, which is really nice. People in the UK, we have a sister network over in London, have gone nuts for these. And the whole idea is to be able to start growing things at home that normally you would have to go out and buy. And one of them are herbs. Now, we're going to show this, and these are silk flowers. You can use these for flowers as well. But it really is the perfect way to grow things like basil and thyme, to be able to walk out on your deck and just snip off fresh basil, and to be able to use it in your recipes, use it in your cooking. They're fantastic. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start over here on the natural because I want you to see how well these are built. They've done such a nice job with these. The company that creates them is Herb Garden. These are all wood construction. This happens to be the natural. I'll show you the other three colors in just a moment. I want to tip this up. Look at the joinery and the way that they built these so that you're getting like outdoor furniture. And then you've got these 4 large pockets that you can grow whatever you want to grow in there. And each one of these pockets will allow water to flow through it. Now, down at the bottom, you then have a nice sturdy shelf for maybe your watering can. It might be your favorite fertilizer that you use, whether it be Cottage Farm. I've got Cottage Farm tropical plants coming up a little bit later on. And when things start to grow, if you've got something that spills out over the front, this becomes display as well. Here's the natural. Here's the new gray. If you've got kind of like a Nantucket look, or you've got a Cape Cod, that's a perfect design. This one is called Sage Green. That looks like spring. And then I've got the new one that they're calling Burgundy. I struggle with colors. They call it Burgundy, but I think it's kind of leaning closer to purple. Eggplant. That's good. Always use the vegetable analogy with that's good. Way to go, Bill. I don't tell you how to do your job. I'm just kidding. To be able, by the way, those little tags that you see are included as well. So for me, I coined a phrase, this has been 3 years ago. People talk about container gardening. And I think there's all kinds of practicality in doing that. I do what I call container farming. I grow all of my tomatoes in containers. And it's, to me, less than half the work. You have to buy the right tomatoes. And I'll tell you, Roberta's are the folks that I count on every year to bring me. And they're beefsteak tomatoes that were designed, built, so to speak, and engineered to be grown in pots. So I'll walk out onto my back deck, grab a tomato, snip a little bit of basil or a little bit of thyme, and make my salads or make a pizza, and all of it is just as fresh as it can be. And I think with kids around that we should show them that food comes from somewhere other than just a shelf, that it doesn't actually come from a grocery store, that there's more work involved. Or for a lot of us who are older and have bad backs, the idea, if you want flowers, why not have them up and off the ground to be able to enjoy them? And that's a beautiful container in which to put them in. I think the price of $77.54 is very reasonable. If you do any woodworking at all, then you'll appreciate how well these are done. They're all finished and stained by hand. There is some very minor construction that you'll have to do on it, but it's not like a jigsaw puzzle. The directions that come with it are really exceptional. And more than half of this is already constructed when you get it home. The reason why they have you put it together a little bit is because when you ship something UPS, it isn't just the weight of the item, it's the actual size that determines how much the shipping costs are. So if they have it partially disassembled, it comes to you in a much smaller box, and that saves you money on shipping and handling. $7.50. Fresh herbs are the best. I grow mint. I do thyme. I do a lot of basil. And it becomes a conversation piece on your back deck of your garden as well. Look at that happy dog. If it's just flowers, that's fine. People use these as displays. Over in the UK, container gardening has been, I think, more popular there than it has been here. And people are realizing that you don't necessarily have to have a plot of land to be able to grow the things that you want to grow. Maybe you live in an apartment and it's a very small patio, or maybe you're in a high rise and it's a tiny area, but that's your respite. That's your place that you get to sit and enjoy outdoors. And here's a way of adding, whether it be flowers or whether it's going to be your seasonal herbs. The sage green by far is the most limited. So we've got the burgundy, which I agree with William, that's an eggplant. I don't know why they call it burgundy. We'll have to yell at someone. Here's the sage green. The gray I like. The gray just kind of looks like it's an old man with a story to tell, you know? And then here's the natural. When you do get it at home, here's some of the construction that you're going to be doing. You're going to actually be assembling, just sliding them into the routed slots that are already there. You're going to see some simple screws, and all of that comes together. And you should be able to put it together in a matter of 5 minutes. But it's designed and built to be durable enough to leave it outside and to use it for season after season after season. Take advantage of the Easy Pay. I mentioned at the beginning of the program, but we've been talking now for about 30 minutes. Today is a lawn and garden day, and we're going to do it all day long. And I think right now the timing is right, because as it's getting a little warmer out, we're going to be hopefully using that outdoor space to our best benefit and enjoying. Do so. $77.54 from VegTrug, their Slimline Cedar Herb Garden. Coming up in about 16 minutes is our today's special value. We've had already over 18,000